Well, what's good, my poetry lovers? I mean, obviously I know that Elvira's good, because that's no secret. And I know that my classic gateway computer is good, because that's just what's up. I must say, though, pertaining to the goddess herself here, Elvira. Pardon me, I don't mean to point out your assets, but you're doing a fine job of doing that already. She'd appreciate that joke. I gotta say, it's a little hard for me now that she is exploding into the public eye. Another reference to your globes. ah, I obviously I'm all for it. I wish that she was just the president already, and like that would make me really happy. And if she actually was just like the queen of everything, I would be cool with that too. But it's kind of like when you have that garage band or, local band that you're all about, which I have this as a real thing too, not just as an analogy format. But, when you're like all about this band and nobody really knows about them yet, and you're like, I love them! And then they're on some top 40 radio thing and you're like, but we had a special and I was in the front row and no one else was there. And you feel that kind of like, man, Elvira's my thing. That's kind of how I feel about my girl having a resurgence right now. I mean, obviously I want her to have the money and I want her to have the notoriety because she deserves all of those things. But her coming out about having a 20-year relationship with a woman, I think is glorious, beautiful. I celebrate. I'm so pumped. But it's kind of like, it's hard for me because I've been drafting this letter trying to say just the perfect thing for like so long. About how my best friend and I have gone through a lot of struggles in the last few years. She's had horrible health issues, and really our only dream is to meet Elvira. And when you look at these like meet and greet things at like Comic-Con, comic convention type things, it's like you gotta pay a lot of money and you maybe get what, like a minute? I'm talking like, we want to meet her. We want to have a conversation. And the thing for us is like, she's been our hero and our idol since we were 4, and we have never ever wavered in our worship. So anyway, that's my little tangent about Cassandra and how she's just pretty much top of the notch. She's got some good notches as well. She's just the creme de la creme. And the femme de la femme, So it's a little hard for us right now for her to be so popular and being tweeted about all the time because we're like, she's mine. I know, we can't claim her like that. She's everyone's mistress of the dark. But hark, the Herald Elvira shows her assets. I will be utilizing said assets probably in several videos because it's spooky season, guys, and I just propped her up there because I needed some like visual dynamics and needed it to be a little dynamic here. So without further ado, I always like to start this bad boy. Gotta give it the old magic. I just like the visual of starting it because it's such a unique self-test. Your monitor is working. Check the video cable NPC BGR. I mean, what does that even mean? Nobody knows. But I like to just, when I'm using this old friend, the videos here, I like to really get it cranking up. Because I love her. I really do. She's not good for much other than just typing things that you can see visually. Whoa, I gotta like really be careful with my lighting here. I don't know what's going on. I should have just plugged in my light. But you know what, guys? It's been a long night already. I'm coming from rehearsal. I'm really tired. So I'm still bringing it to you. Look at that sky. Look at that beautiful blue sky. See, I gotta... losing my light. I don't even know. Gotta get in the foreground if I want light. And fade to the background if I want you to see the beautiful gateway sky. Takes a while. You really gotta be patient. You gotta know that it's coming and that it's gonna be worth it. Man, if I only had, like, some kind of additional light in here, it'd be so amazing. If I could just kaboom, like, be so smart and have a light source, that would help me out a lot. Wait, maybe I am smart. I don't think it's gonna reach, but maybe it'll help ever so slightly. Does it help ever so slightly? Kind of. Look at that. Classic light bulb. So yeah, none of this really works. There used to be, you know, AOL and Internet Explorer. Didn't mean to do that like that. I wonder if any of the games work. Did we try this last time? Am I having deja vu? CD-ROM. Okay. So I guess not. It's like, see, I just want to, like, I want to discover something so fun that, you know, just magically still works on here. But sometimes it'd be like that. Sometimes you just want it to be what it once was. Cyber Patrol. Wonder what that is. Cyber Patrol 4. What's new? Well, a lot, Cyber Patrol. A lot is new. Disney's Daily Blast. I'm going to go ahead and say that's probably, please insert the proper CD drive. See, much like modern technology. Okay, blah, blah, blah. And lose unsaved information. I mean, sure, yeah, because I don't think it's ever going to work again. So anyway, it's kind of sad. I can't really get it to do many things. I thought that there were still some fun games that would work. I could fiddle with it. I'm going to try to fiddle and see if maybe I can get any of the weird programs that are still associated with it. But I was trying earlier. So all it really can do is it can still print things. It can still print documents and write documents. So I was using it to write my document, and you'll likely see why. But I was hoping that the Dragon Speaking Naturally program still worked, and I could use this microphone. Alas, no. But it is a cool looking, very old, looks like the classic, like, the chick in the Babysitter movie would have this, like, on her karaoke machine and do karaoke songs in between babysitter gigs. I don't know. But I assure you it'll all make sense someday. Someday it'll all come together. Oh, what did I tell you about having bubbles in every room? Turns out I have bubbles in this room too. What do you know? Girls gotta blow. Girls gotta blow. So, yeah, Elvira bubble party. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. So, you will see shortly why I decided to use this as my preferred method of bringing you this poem. Sorry if the lighting's weird, guys. We're going in and out of a lot of different structural frequencies of light reveals. Okay, so we're looking for open. And we want a little... God, I miss when this thing just actually worked. Okay, cool. So I'm going to read it to you straight from here. Sorry if I'm not looking at you the whole time, but at least you've got something really wonderful to look at. Ain't that right, Cassandra? Yes. Gotta hand it to you, Cassandra. You're the best there is. Sorry, the lighting is so weird. It's just like we're going in and out of different dimensions, but it's okay. And yes, I wore the shirt for a reason too. You shall soon see. So here we go. A little awkward. I'm kind of looking at the screen, looking at you, looking at the screen. But we're in it. We're in a scene together with this gateway screen and the Scream Queen. And it's okay. We're doing it. After rehearsal. Impromptu. And clearly, Microsoft Word, ancient Microsoft Word is telling me that I have everything is improper grammar on here because I wrote it in poetry formation, so it doesn't really have the proper, like, punctuation, concentration on the proper enunciation type deal, but it's okay. Steel's the real deal. I'm flowing with it. I don't follow no green suggestions from my old gateway. I just say what I'm going to say. And that's the way it is. Okay, so here we go. I wrote this one. I was hoping to do kind of a collab with Strawberry Milk, my girl. I was gonna give it off to her, but then I read a line of it about my second cousin, which you will hear presently in the poem. And it's my second cousin. It's not Strawberry Milk's second cousin. So I'll just have to give her another juicy one. I know we haven't seen her in a while. She's been resting her vocal cords. She goes full on, you know. So when she pops in, she'll pop in. And it'll be popping fresh. But for now, I'm gonna bring you this. And I started writing it light. No light. Light. No light. I started writing it during tax season, which, what the heck? I don't even know. It was somewhere around April? May? I know it's like around my birthday when I'm like, oh great, my birthday. Taxes! March? Something. Close to that. So it was an interesting time, and interesting rhymes, interesting feelings, interesting wheeling and dealings. So here it is. It's called Taxes and Vaxes. Taxes and Vaxes, and folks is screaming about what the fax is. Everybody sniffing on the ground for the next distraction. Still just trying to get a little action while the whole world loses traction and slides down the way we don't want to go. Can't even pump the brakes or just take it slow. We can go to fucking Mars, but can't ever seem to grow as a species. Nah, we still just cut down the very trees we need to breathe. And we can't even grieve, 'cause these tragedies are coming on too quick. We tout equality with a bunch of hashtags. Meanwhile, the world is still run by total dickbags. Well, shit. How many clicks did you get? My second cousin was in the movie The Net with Sandra Bullock, and he shoots himself in the beginning because the betrayal and fatal nature of the whole thing is so goddamn ridiculous. Because he knows too much, and you know the rest. And this was way before the Fire Fest. We're talking ancient history, even before CDs, when we stored shit on floppy disks. Huh. And square folks thought MTV Road Rules was some sort of morality test. Now just look at us. What a fucking mess. You can choose one of over 30 million teeny bopper trending types to hype and obsess about. And if anyone doubts your intentions at all, you can just say, hashtag I love crop top dancing, and put up phony ass walls of denial. This whole species is on trial, and I gotta say, I think we're doing a pretty vile job with the judges here. I take a sampling of any 5 human opinions, and the fear kicks in. We know that just about every single sacred thing depends on whether or not we win this one. Yeah, it's cool. Don't sweat it, people. All we have to lose is every single earth element and the motherfucking sun that we all live beneath. But y'all don't even seem to think this slope is all that steep. Just buy another obnoxious Jeep truck fusion, delusional overcompensation Frankenstein eyesore, and slap stickers all over the back to make sure you look like you care about the earth. To make sure you care about the earth you're crushing. It's like the majority of humanity is a disrespectful dick thrusting without consent. When Jesus and all the prophets encouraged us to respect one another, I'm pretty sure this isn't what they meant. We're so bent out of shape, I don't know if we can ever hope to bend it back. We think that the rules of action-reaction are a joke, and we'll just be given infinite slack. We can just mac on hotties and toast our craft brews, when in fact, there's a very toast our craft brews Tink. Toast our craft brews, when in fact, there's a very important pathway that fate herself is asking us to choose. But instead, we go and lose all we got on the latest hot sports betting app. We clap for people who copy the copy of the copy of the copy of someone's version of 15 awesome seconds. People constantly say the phrase, "It's all good. It's all good." And I want to say, excuse me? How do you reckon? Worldwide disease and stupid-ass aristocracy pussy NFTs. Hot damn, does it ever all start to bother me. I'm in the weeds over here, and it's unclear and hard to say if the allergies or the weed killer spray is a worse price to pay. I'm spiritual, but not religious, and yet I find myself praying constantly. Everything is haunting me. What we've done to the indigenous people of all Earth, what a stupid fucking banana duct taped to a wall is worth. How a little kid holding a Nerf gun in a park can get shot by the cops. How turf wars and battling for scraps is all some humans have got. How I have to protect every pleasant thought I'm lucky enough to hold for more than a second before some horrific news clip that seems to be written by Edgar Allan Poe goes slipping in to wreck it. It's like we're all driving in the same... It's like we're all diving in the same empty pool for a swim, and no one bothered to check it for water. People put their sons and daughters on parade like pageantry puppets, all for a little coin in the bucket. Like the majority of us examined our better judgment and went, fuck it. Most of us are being treated like shit by power trippers with deep-seated issues who tell us all to suck it up. This reality we nod along with is just lemon juice in deep, deep cuts. What was once a land of jaw-dropping beauty is nearly gone, replaced by that stupid school choir song. McDonald's, McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and a Pizza Hut. Does anyone else look at the stale, styrofoam, littered future and think, what happened? Bunch of fat-faced dudes with ties cutting off their circulation are all slapping high fives in lively congratulations. They pulled off another 10 million manipulations, and their dividends quadrupled. They only had to give up their souls, getting anything besides coal from Santa, and their very scruples. These vile loopholes are built into every money-sucking upgrade and pay till the end of your days thingamajig we're told we cannot live without. And there's no doubt in my mind that the same screw the little guy confines and tripwires are woven into our services, insurance policies, medications, vacations, loaded with fine print about no cancellations, exceptions for fires and dire circumstances, and hefty, hidden fines. Half of my time is spent scrambling to get anywhere with it all, while I'm met by impenetrable walls and rambling robots who do not understand human thoughts. Rambling robots. Rambling robots who do not understand human thoughts. They are rambling robots and they do not understand human thoughts. So that's what I've got. That's what I've got for y'all. I had to weave this in while I was reading. Total improv there. Saw this on the shelf. Little fact finding, little fact chasing fun you can have. I didn't even put two and two together when I wrote this and did this in this room. Did not even think about it. But my same second cousin, my mother's cousin, who was in The Net with Sandra Bullock, was also in the movie 1776. And he was like a hero to me when I first moved to Hollywood and, you know, thought that was going to be all good. Oh, the trauma of that. I even had like a screaming venting session to my agent. Like I had this fantasy driving home from rehearsal tonight thinking that I should like seek some sort of emotional justice by calling him and being like, hi there, can I speak with, I'm not going to reveal his name yet. Hopefully I can put it in the tell all. You know, and just be like, hey, so you traumatized me really bad when I was 17 and you're still working as an agent. It's amazing to me. But anyway, that trauma came up tonight for some reason. But yeah, you can do a little fact finding, a little winding through the interwebs. It won't be hard. You'll be like, oh, it's easy. But yeah, he was also in The White Shadow and the movie 1776. And he's in the beginning of The Net, which is a great movie, but it's so fascinating to watch it now. And Sandra Bullock is like, I gotta get this floppy disk copied. Get it in there. Quick, the technology. Whoops, I'm actually adding dividends. So yeah, get that. I don't even know how to get the sloppy disks, the sloppy Joe. I don't even know how to get the floppy disks to work in this thing, and I wish I could, because that would be so cool to actually like see whatever information is awaiting me on all of these. Would be just fascinating fun. But yeah, it's so cool watching that movie, because it's like the technology was nothing, but they still pretty much called it on everything that was going to happen. All the craziness of spying on people and stealing people's identities and all that fun stuff that really hadn't even gotten revved up yet. But yeah, so I have a lot of anger still about the whole banana taped to a wall thing. It just like really boils my blood. So that's why I bought this shirt, because I just loved it. But is it art? And I know they've done a lot of variations of this but is it art theme on shirts, but I just really particularly liked this one because this makes me really freaking mad. Steams my mangoes, Elvira. Steams them. Yours are looking steamed and perky as well. So yeah, how about that? Taxes and Vaxes and folks is screaming about what the fax is. Couldn't you see Strawberry Milk doing that one really cool though? She'd be like, taxes and Vaxes, and people screaming about what the fax is. But I just, I had to claim it as a teal thing because that's my second cousin, not her second cousin. Who knows? Maybe her and I are cousins. I'm not sure. I have to do a DNA test. People do say we look similarly. Oh yeah, I had to point that out too about the aristocracy pussy NFTs. I'm sorry, I could go on a really big tangent because chances are, I will preface this by saying, chances are, if I were to meet Cara Delevingne, maybe we'd get along. I could see us getting along. Sure, whatever. Maybe I would even want to date her. I don't know. Whatever. People say that, folks have that, like, narcissism thing where they, like, choose people who kind of look like their brother or sister or kind of look exactly like themselves. And I've seen it over and over again. And I will say, again, prefacing, yes, I think she is a prettier, more, like, acceptably hot version of me, and I'm not making this up, I actually didn't like her to begin with. Many people have said that we look alike. They're like, oh my god, you know who you look like? And at least they're not saying Lindsay Lohan, because we all know the trauma associated with that and how it caused me to just be completely flattened in my confidence and really go into psychotic episodes every time someone said, you know who you look like? I was like, don't fucking say it. Don't fucking say it. But just several years ago, then it suddenly started being Cara Delevingne. You know who you look like? And yes, her eyebrows are a little more interesting than mine, and she's taller than me, so that's always a good asset. It gets you that modeling gig. But she really fucking pisses me off, like, so much. Like, I could go off, and I have, and I will again. But yeah, look it up. She sold an NFT of her pussy, and she, like, really plays this, like, I'm so quirky and I'm so different. Except that's not her voice because she's British. I'm so quirky. I'm so different. Oh my. It's like, please get the out of my face, okay? Probably I'd like you and maybe I'd want to date you, but get the fuck out of my face. Like, she really, really makes me mad. Like, you can see my veins. You can see it in my veins. And I saw this, like, tour of her house, and she has this, like, pussy tunnel, and I'm like, wow. Like, wow. You're so... wow. Because if I had a ton of money, you know, I'd probably have a pussy tunnel as well. But she makes me mad because she was born into the aristocracy, right? Mummy and Daddums were, like, richer than rich can possibly be. Just friends with the royals, you know, and whatever. And she's done all these articles about, like, how hard it was for her because she was so pansexual and she was so misunderstood. And I'm like, BOOHOO. Okay? Can you dial it back? Because you lived in a palatial palace, and I'm gonna need you to back it up. And then the universe was like, oh, you were born into the aristocracy, were you? Well, I think for our next life move, we'll hand you a modelling career with Victoria's Secret. Sure. Because, you know, there are terribly impoverished people who could use a chance like that. Let's give it to someone who's, say, loaded beyond belief. So then she got that. That was her chief position. And then the universe went, you know what you need? You need movie deals. Lots of them. And she's not that good. And it's like, fine. Can you just have one of those things, please? And back off and, like, give someone else a chance? I don't know. It really enrages me. I don't know if you're noticing. But it's kind of like, yes, I can see my face in her face. And I'm like, could you just give me, like, one thing maybe that you have? And then I lost my mind. Because I haven't even, it's so sacred to me, I haven't even gotten into it. There's, like, 50 pictures over here just about this. But Fiona Apple is right there on the level with Elvira, Cassandra Peterson for me. And I have to write about it. I will bring you a whole poem about it. But I met her. We talked for like 40 minutes. It changed my life. We had the same dream on the same night. I will get into all the details of this. Like, only the most profound thing that's ever happened to me. And the only connection that we had was someone who kept trying to get me to sleep with him to utilize the connection. Like, oh, yeah, sure, I'll give her the script that you wrote for her if you sleep with me. And it sucks, because that's how everything always is. But then, Cara Delevingne got to perform on Fiona Apple's latest album. And I'm not okay. Like, I'm not okay. I'm not okay with it. It's really upsetting to me. So this is a little sore spot for me. I'm just unveiling it to you all. Because, yeah, we could be sisters. We could be cousins. We could be second cousins. We could, you know, fluff my eyebrows up a little bit and Bob's your uncle, right? But I just get a little annoyed with the, like, I need constant attention about my sexuality. Like, I'm so pansexual. Like, oh, well, from the track record that I see, you pretty much only date, like, the hottest cis males and the hottest cis females. So, like, where's the weird stuff, Cara? You're really so misunderstood with your, like, bountiful amounts of money. Oh, someone get her a tissue. It's like, fuck. I mean, how many people do you know who are literal aristocrats, aristocracy, invited to the royal weddings? Like, how many people do you know who have that? And then you just need, like, the hottest boyfriends, the hottest girlfriends, Victoria's Secret modeling career, TV shows, movies. What else? Is there anything you'd like, Cara? Because you're so misunderstood. Is there anything we've left out for you? Let us get it for you. Let us fetch it now. It's fucking upsetting. And you got to hang out with Fiona Apple? Okay, well, why don't you just... I mean, why doesn't somebody arrange a meeting between us so she could just stab me in the heart? Because, like, yeah, bitch really needs... one more thing. Should probably just give her a political position, you know. I know she's not born in America, but who cares, you know. She's got so much. She's got so much. She's so misunderstood. Let's give her a political position, shall we? Sorry, I went off on a tangent, but yep. And then she made an NFT of her pussy, and really set me off. Really set me off. I don't know why. I just really, like, okay. Wow. You have so much money. Like, more money than I've ever imagined. And that is the sort of narcissistic nonsense that you feel compelled to do with it. You need more money to make a virtual non-fungible token of your vagina. Okay? It's like, why don't you just duct tape a banana to a motherfucking wall? The gall. So, you've experienced something I have a great deal of anger about, and now here it is, and maybe 15 people will watch it. Perhaps I'll get a modeling contract out of it, right? Because, yeah, Mumsy and Dadsy just set her off on her velvet tray to have everything her way forever. The end. Happy day, Cara Delevingne. Anyway, yep, there's my tangent. Just super hurts my feelings. And as I said, she's probably lovely. She's probably lovely. Probably meet her and be like, oh, I get it now. Someone, write me up a contract to give Cara Delevingne my firstborn because she's really just that swell. But I just hate when things are so imbalanced like that. And certain people, like, I don't know, yours truly, are, like, really struggling just to make it barely work. And other people are just like, oh yes, I just showed up and was given this and that and the other thing and diamond rings and fancy things and Corvettes and pussy tunnels. Hooray! It's like, okay, yeah, seems karmically balanced. Oh wait, no it doesn't. So that was a much longer tangent than I expected. But cheers to that, eh? Cheers. So, oh, I forgot that it even did this, you guys. How beautiful. Oh, this beautiful moment that we got together. See, I needed to lose my shit a little bit about Miss Delevingne so that we could get to this screensaver and savor it. Savor the savor. And it was worth it. It was worth all that bitter flavor of all those angry feelings I have, because now we are deep beneath the sea, and it is a thing of great beauty. So that's my video for you today. Thanks for being with me, Cassandra. You're beautiful. God, your makeup looks great tonight. And I'm really happy that this is what we're leaving it on. Like, oh, come on. That is gorgeous. It's really, it's so soothing. Yep. I feel really good about this, guys. So, yeah, sky's the limit. Don't stop dreaming. Even when folks is screaming about taxes and Vaxes and whatever the fax is, and everyone's pitted against each other, just try to recover your heart and start each day anew. And don't let them get you. Don't let them get you. Celebrity lookalikes or mean people trying to pick fights. Just don't let them get you. Don't let them get you down. So, wow. That was profound. I really am just so happy that I fully forgot this computer even does that. And every time I just become delighted. I really miss the one, you know, the one with like the tubes, the competing tubes. You remember the one, Cassandra, of course. You definitely remember the one. But it's like the tubes of color are like... And they're all cool. And they're like kind of like Ninja Turtle-y and stuff. And like, yeah. So, okay. Well, those are my thoughts. And I have other ones that I will have brought you by the time we're at this time tomorrow. Sticking with the British, I guess. Perhaps I'll be handed loads of opportunities if I do. Thanks for seeing it through with me. And yay, poetry. That's what brings us here, fine folks. So I'll poke your listening, visualizing, feeling, receiving with more of it, and then also more and more. Okay. Have a lovely night. Thanks for letting me vent. And Elvira, you're heaven sent. Gateway computer, you're the best. I'll never get rid of you. And love you guys. See you more. See ya with more surprises.